Each year, top economics students come to New York City to compete in the Council for Economic Education's National Economic Challenge, and I'm going to be hosting the finals later today. Students from across the United States and China are tested on their knowledge of economic principles and apply it to real-world examples. Joining us right now are two students participating this year. Vanisha Kudumuri of Chattahoochee High School. Did I get that right?
Yeah.
I got it right? Joe, you okay?
Yeah, it was smooth. It's just like silk.
Thank you, sir.
You're welcome.
And Stanley of Shanghai High School. Good morning to both of you.
Morning.
So you're a senior.
Yes.
You're a sophomore.
Yes.
And have you been preparing for today?
No.
Is there practice that goes on involved in this, or is this just it's everything you've learned, the accumulation of knowledge?
It is a combination of both learning in a classroom environment and practicing out of school, like sometimes with my team. So yeah, we prepared in both ways.
Yeah, for us, I think it's quite similar from hers.
What got you interested in economics?
For me, it was like the happy medium between the analytical thinking that went into like more of the STEM area and the real world applications that the social sciences offers. And I think that interdisciplinary nature of economics is what initially appealed to me, the subject.
For me, it's more toward the real-world applications, like how the economic principles apply to real life.
Is there a textbook that you would call the textbook, or an author? Is Samuelson something that you read? Or do you have favorite economists, historical economists, Milton Friedman?
Yeah, or John Maynard Keynes, or any of the classical economists are pretty good. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm more toward the Adam Smith.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, you can stay here we could use you here for a while.
You could guest host.
In fact, yeah, instead of Joe Stiglitz or God, I dare say Paul Krugman. I use economist in the loosest sense of the word there. Anyway.
We want to do a little quiz here.
I know, I saw the questions.
Do you want to participate in it?
No, you have molecular biology questions? I saw those questions.
They're not the easiest questions.
No, they're not.
So we're going to try this. You're a professional, supposedly.
I'm up for humiliation.
Okay. This is question one. Question one. You ready, guys? Mm-hmm. Okay. What market structure is characterized by interdependence, and what is the measure used to determine the degree of market power in that industry?
Oligopoly, and then the Herfindahl index. Yeah. Well done.
Well done. Okay, here we go.
That's exactly correct.
Perfect.
Too.
Exactly.
That's exactly correct.
Exactly.
Good
okay.
job. That's Actually, that Herfindahl is what we talked about.
We talk about.
We have talked about that in recent years because it's antiquated to use it in telecom. It was for net neutrality, is what we were talking about, weren't we?
Right. Well, they use it in all sorts of.
But it was said that to go back to 1931 or 1932 to figure out how to do net neutrality was.
Yeah.
Anachronistic, right? Have I got that right, Ian?
Yeah, because it was devised for goods markets.
Exactly.
Different planet.
It doesn't work anymore, but liberals try to use it to whine about net neutrality. Go ahead.
We will talk politics, the politics of economics in just a moment. Okay.
We already did.
Question two. To minimize the inefficiencies associated with taxation, the demand and supply curves should exhibit what sort of elasticities?
Inelastic?
Sure, we'll go with that.
I'm saying inelastic.
So Stanley's going with inelastic. We're both going with it.
You're right.
Bingo. Okay.
The inelastic.
And question three. Blackberries that grow in a public park are picked before they are ripe.
Becky still has one, in fact.
This is an example.
No, I gave mine up.
Oh, no, these are, okay.
Yeah, these are real blackberries.
Okay, never mind.
This is an example of what kind of problem. Blackberries that grow in a public park are picked before they are ripe.
Public, so free rider?
Yeah, I agree with that.
Both of you guys going with free rider? Should we show the answer on the screen? Do you have
a tragedy of the commons? Yeah, that's true.
Look at that.
Look at that. Tragedy of the commons.
No one knows.
1 out of 3.
It's a public park, so no one replenishes it. I get that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
What do you think? By the way, what do you think of the? Do you feel that economics has become politicized?
Yeah. I don't know if there was necessarily ever a time where it wasn't politicized. It is a big indicator of what politicians use to kind of for their platforms when they run and for what they do when they are in office.
Well, if you say Adam Smith, Stanley, that makes me think that you look around in the current milieu, and you think, what the heck is happening here, right? I mean, we should have, in 1776, we knew a lot of this stuff about an invisible hand and market forces and the most efficient way that capital is treated. And here we are debating it again on almost a day. You look at the current 23 that how many of them may or may not believe that Adam Smith is correct. Out of if, I don't want to politicize it, but on the left, to hear the socialism card being played again, even though historically we've seen it doesn't work. I mean, when you say Adam Smith, what were you implying?
The free market capitalism.
Yeah.
And like how the government works in like how government should not intervene in the economy.
Yeah.
And the invisible hand and all those stuff.
All right, this should be, you know, I don't know what happened to the rest of the millennials, but I think I have hope for the next generation. I do. I think we skipped it. Something skipped the millennials generation.
We want to thank Vanisha. We want to thank Stanley. We're going to obviously both of you today. Stanley's in the finals.
I believe it. You can see why.